Hey everyone, it's Jessica at Pretty Princeton Paper, and it is about that time where we are looking forward to setting up the next month. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I like to go through the process of looking back to see how I want to go forward. So the first thing I'll show you is a flip through of how I actually used April's spreads and what worked for me and what didn't. And then I'll use those reflections to share with you how I'm going to set up May. What I will be sharing with you is inside my May Designs insert, so you can get this insert for your traveler's notebook, 80 pages at maydesigns.com. This is what I've been using for a while, and I have been really enjoying it. So first I will flip through some of April. Let's get started. You remember seeing this monthly last month. You see also that I have not really used it. So I have been searching for a monthly that works for me for a really long time, and nothing has really stuck. So I will have to evolve that one more time. Flipping back through and referencing this has been really, really challenging, and has always been kind of challenging. My challenge pages for reference. Since I've been using my blog planner, I don't reference this as much, but you'll see how I'm kind of dealing with that in this May iteration. Not surprising, I use my monthly or my weekly layouts heavily and rely on this very often as my brain. Anything that I get told, I get dumped into here. My weekends, so I do the 5 days on the weekly and then the 2 days for here. You can see that it was a pretty full weekend. I already knew what I was needing to do, so I didn't really need to jot down some things, for example, this day. But what I will use is this second page for brainstorming and kind of a rapid log of all the things I need to do for the blog. Since I work during the week, it's kind of nice to batch everything on the weekend, and this is my dump for all the things I need to get out of my brain and onto paper. Sometimes I'll use stickers. This is a fun effect with two Tombow pens using the bullet tip, pushing the ends together, and then being able to get that ombre effect. I also didn't check off a lot of boxes this week, so boop. And this is last week. And since I'm still wrapping up the week, I'm recording this the weekend before May. I still have a week left of April, so I'm leaving some space still for the end of April, right? We're in April. Crazy. So that takes us now to May, and how I'm going to set this up, I use a couple different things in case you weren't familiar yet. It is this cork back ruler. I'll be using a Tombow for some color, and this stamp and ink, as well as a black Staedtler fine liner. So I'll show you how that looks this month. I'm changing up my monthly dramatically in that I am using the traditional monthly spread again. In my other video, I talked about how I kept my social media and blog planning in a separate pre-planned paper source planner, and I'm going to bring some of those elements into May because I find myself referencing that and wanting to look at that quite often. And so those sticking points tell me that that's something that I can tweak and change. So I'm going to add that into May. So I drew this out. If you're using a May Designs planner or insert, I counted down. These are 8 grids apart and 7 wide, with some of these being 6, just to get that all onto here. I normally start on a Monday, but the one happens right on a Sunday, and then it would have like changed some of the layout a little bit. So I just stuck to Sunday. Just gonna do that for now. And then I put in some of the prompts for some of the challenges I'm gonna be doing, and then what I will be doing is adding in some of the other planning blog milestones in here, things I want to post and things like that, because I find myself wanting to know that more often than not. The other stuff, like my events and my appointments, are in my Google Calendar, and that wouldn't really make sense to put into here. So I'm going to try this out. We'll see. Now, in April, I had this monthly, and it didn't quite work for me. I never went back to do it, but I did find myself throughout the month remembering things. Oh crap, I need to do this, I need to do that. So I'm going to do, well, I didn't like this, so I'm going to turn the page and do another one. And I'm going to do just a rapid log area. This is kind of the essence of the bullet journal, so that you can rapid log your thoughts really fast, and there's always things I'm getting told in passing or things I randomly think of, so I wanted to dedicate a page or two to acknowledge some of those tasks. So I'm doing it this way for May in hopes that I will actually use it this time. I logged some of the top 2, maybe 3 things I want to do in May for these areas of my life. So for work or for home, I want to make sure that next month I purge at some point. It's like a big spring cleaning month, so I want to do some purging there. KonMari some things, and for the blog and my shop, I want to launch my shop. So that's going to be my big focus next month. And so everything else can just get thrown into here. I've intentionally left this space open for whatever might emerge, and I need a space for it. It's there. I'm going to still do my weeklies this way. You know I love them. I've experimented with so many different versions until I landed on this one, and I'm really liking the 5 days. That's how I think about my time. So adding this in this way really works for me. I know that one of my sections is going to be 3,000 is my lingo for the class that I teach. This is the last week of classes, so I already know that one of those sections is going to be dedicated to all the tasks I have to do for grading and teaching and wrapping up the semester, preparing for the final, and then again making room for what might emerge. I think that's kind of the beautiful thing about the bullet journal, is that you have the structures for the things that you know you need, and then leaving space open for the things you don't know that you need yet. So, and then I'll flip over, and this will be for Saturday and Sunday. I thought I would show you guys how I kind of letter in this way in my planner. I don't use a brush pen, but I do use some fake calligraphy using the Staedtler fine liner. So I'm just going to quick show you how I would fill this in. Quick zoom in here. So the first thing I do is I take the Staedtler fine liner or any pen and start by using some basic cursive. I just jot in however I want Saturday to look, and then start adding in the downstrokes. So by thickening them up a little bit, it looks like calligraphy without actually doing calligraphy, for a variety of reasons, mainly because I don't want the ink to seep through on my actual calligraphy nibs and ink. And then using the Staedtler fine liner gives me some additional control over the size. Obviously, using other brush pens, they take up quite a bit of space, and I want pretty headers, but I also want room for all my tasks. So using a pen and cheater calligraphy really allows me to do that. So here again, just putting in some extra thick downstrokes on my Saturday and Sunday. I kind of do them just halfway apart. And then I'm going to take a Tombow dual brush pen and use that bullet tip to add a pop of color. May seems kind of like pink to me, so that's why I'm using that, just to add some shadowing on my downstrokes really quick here. So there you have it. That's how I'm going to set up May. How are you going to set up your bullet journal for next month? I would love to know down below. So if you like this video, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, like it, give it a thumbs up, share it. But most of all, I hope that you enjoy it. So I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.